Hey guys, and welcome back to another video for Breaking Point 3 inside of the F125 game. Next up is episode 13 to 14, as we were doing 11-12 last episode. So 13 and 14 is, let's go to the next chapter, baby.
So no, Aiden, we won't be appealing. The stewards were right. You know that.
I gave him space.
Okay, nothing more today, thank you.
Can't let this slip away, people. Red Bull are pulling ahead, Ferrari won't let up. Discipline, focus, we can still do this.
Did you talk to them?
Yeah, they're not going to invest.
Run the numbers by me. I can help it make sense to them.
Thanks, Andrew.
For the good of the team.
He's good, isn't he?
What?
I said Andrea's good. He actually likes the business side of things.
Yeah, he's great with the board.
And you're really not.
Yeah, thanks for that.
But you're good in the garage. And in the paddock. You have good instincts. People listen to you. You know how to win.
You said my ideas were mad.
Only when you're panicking.
Okay, where are you going with this?
Stop spending your life pandering to the suits.
Well, I mean, that's what I do now, yeah? I pander to the suits.
Just because Dad says so. You don't have to do this, Dad. You can change it.
Look, I appreciate the effort, but I somehow don't think it's that simple, okay?
You used to be a maverick, Dev. What happened?
What happened? Well, I'm guessing quite a lot happened, as he's seeming to be quite a sad boy. But anyways, 1 month later, at the Mexican Grand Prix, Chapter 13, with Devon Butler's time continually split between his duties at Butler Global and Cornersport, he looks for a way to able to focus on what really matters to him. As the grid heads to Mexico City, he may have just found the answer.
The gap to first place is not insurmountable. Remember, we don't beat Red Bull by copying them. Okay, just a heads up before we get into it.
Shouldn't we wait for Andreo?
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you.
We kept doing each other's jobs. It was ridiculous.
So Devon put you on the board of Butler Global.
It didn't happen overnight.
So, Andrea would take care of things at Butler Global, deal with the ball, keep me in the loop, and I would steer the ship at Connorsport. One of the best ideas I ever had.
Why was that necessary?
Well, if we were gonna compete with Red Bull, we had to take some risks. We needed a maverick.
You?
Me. Long story short, I'm principal now.
What? Wait, you knew about this?
Doesn't matter, Jackson. Listen, the most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, trust me, and we will bring home the trophy.
Bring home the trophy, Devon Butler says, as he's now team principal. That's entertainment. Another one of these. Sorry. We have started to get quite an increase in media requests come through now that the title race has, with Red Bulls really heating up. The Connor Sports story has captured the imagination of sports world and such as the drivers in high command. A popular late TV chat show has asked for both drivers to appear on the next broadcast, but obviously we can't send them both. So, how does future TV? Let's send Callie, as it's Callie's favourite TV show. We'll send Callie. We'll send Callie as it's her favourite show. News reports Devon Butler to take charge. Paddock rumours rife of the Connorsport principal role. Who's this going to be? Andreo.
Andreo!
Andreo.
Word is out about
on some of it now. Big story, big story.
Yeah. Big story.
Listen, you, this is what you wanted, right? And you said this was what was best for the team.
If it's good for Connosport, it's good for all of us. That's what I said, and I stand by it. How do you want to handle the media?
Just say we'll put something out official soon.
And will we?
Probably. Look, I know I've said it before, but I just want to thank you for your support. I don't know where I would be without you.
Hey, anytime, Devon.
1 in a million, Andreo. You know that, right? Look, I've got to head. I'll talk to you soon, alright? Ciao.
Ciao. Why do they always say ciao at the end? Both butlers said ciao. Now Devon Butler's team principal, but in Countersport, what's going on? And Andrea's become basically Butler Global sort of guy. So let's go to Chapter 13's race at the Mexican City Grand Prix. But first, another one of these bloody dodgy things that we have to do. Press problems. One of the less reputable members of the press corps, but one with a large online following, nonetheless, has been making a lot of noise about our car heading into this weekend. Lots of talk how we've gotten lucky with tracks that favour our car's sensibilities, and how we're going to get found out in Mexico. It's all nonsense, and other successful teams haven't had to deal with from time to time, but it's creating noise, and the PR team are keen to get this shit down. How shall we deal with this? Ignore it. Honestly, just ignore it. Honestly, the best way to deal with that sort of shit is ignore it. Mid-race for the Mexican Grand Prix. A topsy-turvy and highly competitive Mexican Grand Prix has put Connosport into position for Aiden Jackson to make a late push. To be able to pull this off, he looks for help from his teammate, Callie Mayer, further ahead.
Okay, Callie, I need to play the team game here. Aiden's just made his stop, and I want you to
9 laps remaining.
so we can close the gap up for him, right?
Copy, can do.
Hold on to fifth place until Jackson catches up. So we've got to play a team game here. What I will do is in the corners I will slow everyone up, mainly Max Verstappen. So here is where we'll slow everyone up, helping Jackson out. We'll slow everyone up right here as much as possible. Hold 5th place still. And yeah, so hold on to 5th until Jackson catches up. Beat the target lap time within 3 laps.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
So we'll do this, and then on the corners we'll slow down, holding everyone up. So we will now lift. Go power, lift. Now go slowly through this corner. Take as much as the track as possible while letting Jackson come back. Power out of the corner. And now we will lift. Brake nice and early. Nice and early braking. Hold them up for this corner again. And there we go. Jackson has caught up.
Here in Mexico, we're being treated to some brilliant defending from Callie Mayer, and she's building quite the line of traffic behind her.
Some great team driving going on here from a Connosport perspective, because Mayer's definitely backing this pack up, and her teammate Jackson is now catching.
And he's got the fresher tyres on, so let's see if he can make quick work of them.
Objective updated. Finishing 3rd or above.
Set them all up for you. Now it's over to you. Get to work. Yep, got it.
So, after being Callie Mayer and helping Jackson catch back up, we now have to push on and finish in 3rd or above. Beat the target. Our main objective is to now beat 3rd and above, who currently is Max Verstappen, who is 5.4 seconds up the road. We also have just beaten the target time, so let's do this real quick. Get past Ocon as soon as possible. Round the inside, nice move. Keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. break earlier, as we are next to Leclerc and Mayer now. A bit of DRS to pull us out the corner. Get slipstream behind Leclerc. Dive, 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 dive. No, in. Nice move on Mayer and Leclerc there on the inside. As we are be going for the fastest lap, as well as chasing down Max Verstappen, who is now currently 3.54 seconds ahead. As we are looking to try and get past Lawson, who defends us very well into that corner there. As we will now look to try and get a slingshot into the stadium section from Liam Lawson here, who will defend the position, but we will go around the outside, back around the side, leave as much space as possible, and we are now up to P5, 3.7 seconds off Max. As I believe we will go for the fastest lap again. Let's see. Do we beat the fastest lap and get it again? Yes, we do, with a 19.4, which makes our gap to Max down to 2.7 seconds. So we will build the ERS back up through this section here, these three corners, as we will now power out as much as we can. Little bit off track there, but it's okay. Back to non-mode through this little section here as well. Get some more charge in the battery, while we look to get Norris into the stadium section as we did to Lawson. I think non-mode through this section is perfectly fine because it doesn't lose too much, as we are basically going for corners the entire time. A little bit of a dodgy wide there, ended up making us go very wide. We won't be making into Castle, into a stadium section. We will have to make the move on the main straight on Lando Norris, which will slingshot us, towards Max Verstappen, who's now currently 1.8 seconds ahead. So burn as much battery as you can, as he defends that quite harshly there. There we go. This slingshot will bring us up to him, as he will look to try and get another move back. But this corner here will get us to Max Verstappen and help us out with the championship against Red Bull. Oh, come on. No. We have got DRS on Max. Do we make the move now? No, we're not close enough. So we'll maybe look to do it towards the stadium section, unless we're close enough here, which we may be, as he does leave the door open slightly. As we do make the move, stick around Max. So I will now push to see if I can win this race, as Hamilton's not too far up the road. Even though it is 3.1 seconds, he's still not that far up the road. So P1 could easily be up for grabs. But firstly, we have to navigate around the man himself from Australia, Oscar Piastri, sorry guys, as we look for the switchback on him here, as we do get the run off him, as he's right there on the left hand side. We will get the DRS, as we will make that move stick up into P2, and now we put our sights on Sir Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari, who is now 1.5 seconds ahead, as we go slightly wide there on turn 3 I believe. This section is going to have to be a really good section. Sector 2 is going to have to be really good for us to get into the DRS of Hamilton going into the stadium section. So let's give it a push and see where we end up at the end of this sector. Nice. Keep it tight. Nice one. We do get the DRS, but we won't have enough to make the move here. We'll have to make the move into the first corner. Get as close to him as possible in this bit. through here, nice and simple. Keep it nice behind him, keeping the slipstream, burn a bit of ARS. There we go. Use, open the DRS, as he will move to the inside to defend his position, but we will go right around the outside and take that and turn it into a nice P1, as we will open the wing for DRS again to try and make our gap slightly bigger and try and pull him out of the DRS. But this has been quite an easy race for us at Conesport, due to the fact that Jackson was quite behind after he made his pit stop, so we basically had to use the team, and the team asked Callie to hold 5th position and hold everyone up behind so that Aiden Jackson could catch back up. So throughout the corners, she just lifted through all the corners, and that made it very easy for Jackson to catch up. So now coming on to the final lap, with the gap currently at 1.8 seconds to Lewis Hamilton. This lap we will look to try and get the fastest lap. So let's push on the final lap and let's see what we can do while we bring the P1 home. Let's do it. Nice driving so far. That was a tidy 3-piece chicane. Can we make this chicane even better? Nice and tidy, nice. Bit of a snap, but it's fine. Nice. Can we make the double right perfect? That's very good. Nice and smooth exit there. This is where it counts. This section is what it counts. Bit of a dodgy entrance through there. Nice. Tight. Keep one tyre above. Nice one. Bit of ARS on the exit. Nice and braking. Bit wide, but it's okay. Here, tighten it now. Drive out. Cut this corner a little bit over there. Nice and easy. Burn it on the exit. As we will come home and win for Conesport.
Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations. Well done. Yes, go! Let's go! Yes! That's
There are
it,
selfish
lads.
drives and there are
Beauties.
selfless drives, and that was a truly selfless drive from Callie Mayer today. It put Aiden Jackson in an excellent position for that strong finish.
It really did. The team benefits from it wholly, and it's never a nice position to be in as a driver, being asked to do that, but hats off to them.
And it's a result that brings Jackson and Mayer even closer together in the driver's standings, whilst in the constructors, Conesport are really starting to make a push now as the end of the season gets ever closer. So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. And what a treat it is to see Conesport taking the top spot. That's a well-earned victory.
Post-race for the Mexico Grand Prix, putting in a truly altruistic performance, Callie Mayer helps her teammate Aiden Jackson make a stunning comeback in Mexico and gives Devon Butler a race to remember as his first pole, first in the role of team principal at Conesport. Well, podium pass XP earned. Now we are up to level 8 in reputation. Butler takes the reins. What happened? Andrea teammate pays off for corner spot, and we have a nice little phone call by Devon for Aiden Jackson.
Hi, Devon.
Jackson, good job today, mate.
Yeah, thanks. The car felt good. And, you know, Callie was unreal today. She really supported me out there.
You drove the wheels off it, son. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that we're full steam ahead on upgrades for Vegas. We are going all out for the title.
That's great. We can do this.
Want to add to your F2 trophy, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a journey. Even, you know, a few years ago we were just crashing into each other every weekend. Look at where we are now.
Yeah, time flies, mate. Right, yeah. We're having a gathering to celebrate the result later. I'll see you there.
Well, this is definitely the era of nice Devon Butler. Definitely from F1 2019 at least. But anyways, let's move to chapter 14. Las Vegas Grand Prix, 1 month later. With only a few races left in the season, every point matters. With the team riding high off their recent successes, Callie Mayer looks to shine under the lights in Las Vegas, setting her lights squarely on Red Bull duo of Verstappen and Lawson.
How are we looking? Yeah, we're looking strong, Callie. We can start to push now, so I want you to put some pressure on the Red Bull, okay?
Pressure on the Red Bulls. Beat Lawson, Max. Easy, I guess. Where are we though, compared to them? So, our objective is to beat Lawson and Max. Lawson is currently P2, and I'm guessing Max is currently in P1.
Okay, so
And we have quite a long way to go.
15.8 seconds.
And we also have to get to third before lap 10 as our main objective. So, our gap to Lawson and P2 is 6.5, but the gap to Max, who probably has to pit, is 27.5 seconds, which is a long gap. But first we're going to have to make it through the middle pack to try and get up to Lawson, who's only just ahead, I believe. So Jackson as well, I believe. This corner always catches me out these days. I need to get used to that corner again. This, oh, just so you know guys, this is my first time on this track in this game, so just bear with me. Nice, we're on the inside. Line up this corner. Now, Jackson's just there. 24.2 to Max. So let's think about working on catching Max Verstappen. Burn ERS, burn, 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 no, off. As we are watching our teammate trying to get an overtake on the Aston Martin up here. As Max Verstappen is in the pits now. So this will make it easier for us to beat Max and Liam. Let's see how it goes as we try and get past Stroll. As Stroll does move out of the way, so we get a little bit of switching from him there. As Jackson is just here with a Ferrari ahead
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race
of
so far.
Leclerc. So I believe we got the DRS here. Yes, we did. Nice one. We will use that and maybe if we're close enough get the move done on Jackson. But we are. Bit nice and late. Nice, 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 nice. Turn in. Sorry Jackson. Sorry Aiden. My bad. Right, let's stop his Leclerc. Separate now. That's the better way to take that corner. 3 seconds to Liam. Which means it's 3.7 to Max. Right, let's save some ERS behind Leclerc here. And we will use DRS to slingshot towards the 2 Red Bulls of Max and Liam. Right, we might be able to do it now. Just use the ERS. We'll do it easily.
Good job on hitting that target, mate.
Get to third before lap 10. Done it. on lap 9. Looks like Shaw's going to try and get the move done again. Nice, but we will defend that nicely. And that did slingshot us towards Lawson and Max. So let's work on pushing towards these two up here now and get that win for Connor Sport. Nice. This car feels really good, no, I can't lie. And the helmet looks quite nice, I can't lie as well. No, that's a bit dodgy, that. Dodgy driving there. 1.7 to Liam now. We are starting to rein him in. This section's going to have to be really good to be able to get into DRS. Bit dodgy there. But I'm going to try here. This is a better line. There we go, that's better. .2 to Max, who looks like he's trying to run away for this, but I will not let that happen. I will not let it happen. Past the Venetian. Down to the straight, past the Palazzo. Now, we will get DRS on Lawson here, which will hopefully, past Caesar's Palace, will slingshot us down to Max. So let's use that DRS and hopefully close in. We do go into the back of him slightly, but it's my bad, that one. He has a bad run out of here, so let's move to the left inside line here. Hopefully the inside line will make us further ahead. Yes, it does. So now we'll put it nice and lately. Nice move around the inside there. And now we are up into P2. We have a 1.6 second gap to Max. We will have to burn here to keep Liam behind now though, as he will have our DRS on this straight, but will not be able to make it count, as we will keep ahead of him, as we are going to be closing in Max Verstappen here. Nice. Nice and easy round here. Do we get his DRS? We will have to see. If we don't, then it's okay. But if we do, then that's perfect, honestly. Now let's lift and brake nice and early. This time. Over the curve to get a nicer run. I doubt we will get DRS, but if we do, then it's been a nice little bit of a race so far. This may come down to the penultimate lap, or maybe the final lap, as we do not get DRS for this lap. But we will have to use the DRS, as now we are starting to reel in Max Verstappen, the 4 times world champion, as is 1.1 seconds ahead now. We'll have to use this now. Slingshot. Nice. We should have that DRS on him now, as we go slightly wide into turn 1. Turn 2. If we can keep a little lift. Max power. Nice. DRS open. It will be a penultimate lap overtake down the main straight here. That will mean we have 1 lap on our own with clean air to get that win for Connor Sport. So let's work on keeping close to Max so we don't lose the DRS going into the next main straight here. Let's keep nice and tight to him. Let's go into non-mode so we can get a little bit more battery in. Nice, over the curb nicely. Into hot lap mode. Now burn as much as they can. Round the outside. He will get the DRS, I believe. No, he doesn't. No one gets it. No, he did. He will keep it in there. So we'll maybe keep this line in here. No, we don't. So we'll try and look for a nice move here. Maybe a switchback. Maybe. Move to the inside line. As he's on the outside there. Who's going to get the nice run through here? He's still there on the inside. On the outside. He just squeezed me there a little bit. But we are still here. As he does get that run on me. But we will have the DRS. And I will stick behind him to get the DRS on that final straight. Because we want to have a big swing shot onto that final straight. We want to be leading into the final chicane, because that is where there's no DRS, and that's because there's no DRS on that final straight, which means we will get the win if we do it into the big straight. So what we'll do is we will try and stick behind him until we get to the DRS line. So we'll give him a little bit more space. Have a bad exit there. Into hotline mode. And hopefully we get that DRS. Which we will. So now we will push. We will push down that inside line. Nice slingshot. This will give us a big advantage into the final straight, as we do still have a little bit of ERS left. We went over that curve too much, which we slightly compromises, but Cali Mayer will bring it home and win the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Well, Connor Sports will be overjoyed with that. They've outscored Red Bull today, which at this point in the season is crucial.
Yeah, I must confess, Crofty, I didn't think Connor Sport could continue to compete at this level, but they're really giving Red Bull a run for their money.
With just a couple of races left to come this season, things really couldn't be much closer. After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst that Connor Sport team, and they certainly deserve it.
Callie, a huge result today. You gained ground on both Red Bull drivers. So how does it feel to have taken such a crucial step in the title race?
Feels great, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Red Bull are not about to roll over. They'll be every bit as hungry as we are, and they won't be taking this lightly. We know how close it is, and we know how costly a single mistake can be, especially with 2 races left. So, yeah, we just need to stay focused and make sure we can deliver in Qatar and Abu Dhabi.
It's been a turbulent 12 months for Connor Sport. Casper Ackerman and Andre O'Connor both putting in stints as team principal. Now it's your brother, Devon Butler. How much is he bringing to the championship at this late stage?
Yeah, we've been working through some tough times together over the years, but we've worked through it now. And I can honestly say it's been really great to have him in charge these last few races. It feels really good to finally work together towards a goal that we can both passionately believe in.
And you and Aidan so close in the standings. So come on, has it put any strain on your relationship? Has it changed the atmosphere at Connor Sport in any way?
Not at all. On the one hand, there's working together as teammates, and on the other, there's the competition on the track. And thankfully, we've been able to keep those 2 things separate. I know some drivers can struggle with that, but for us, it really hasn't been an issue. And I actually think that's been really healthy for the whole team.
Okay, but one last question. It's the big one. Can Connor Sport win the title?
Absolutely, we can.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
Well then, post-race for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, where better to put on a show, Carly Mayer wows the crowd in Las Vegas to finish ahead of both Red Bull drivers, while the team continues to contend with swirling rumours regarding Butler Global. Their performance on track has put themselves within striking distance of Red Bull in the standings. Well, that was a pretty good race in the end, boys and girls, as we do have a little phone call to answer. From Devon.
Cal, I just saw your interview, and just thanks, I guess, you know. And I agree, it is nice to work together for a change.
Yeah, well, beats the arguments any day.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fair.
have you seen the news?
What news?
The Butler Global trouble's gone public. Story just came out during the race.
What? I thought you said that couldn't happen.
Yeah,
Oh.
these things have a way of getting out.
How are you handling it? What's going on?
Me and Andrew have it under control. It's okay. I'm just gonna have to try and no comment my way through the paddock for the rest of the day.
And what happens now? I mean, what does this mean?
You know what it means, Cal. Remember?
No one can argue with first place.
Exactly. See you at the debrief.
On my way.
See ya, brother. Well, but the Global's in deep shit now, it seems. So, yes guys, we will leave that here today. So, if you did enjoy this video and would like the next episode to be out a little bit earlier, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah guys, make sure you like and comment, subscribe to the channel, turn the post notifications on, and thanks for watching, boys and girls. Goodbye.